Yeah. Lego. Lego. Yeah, 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 yeah. We ain't playing. Clap, 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 clap. Lego. Lego.
Hi, this is America's Pastor inviting you to stay tuned for the world's greatest boxing commentary. Now, he's often imitated, but never duplicated. I want you to put your hands together and give him some love as we welcome the one, the only, T-Dub.
Thank you, America's Pastor Travel Guy. That is America's Pastor Guy Travel. Check him out on YouTube. Guys, I'm at home today, man, talking a little bit boxing. Had to take my dog, 18 years old, took him to the vet. Not great news, guys. They're saying that so many words dying, right? T-Dub is kind of holding on. I got him some meds, right? But if he don't get better in a week, I'm gonna have to do something that I have never done before. Had him for 18 years. I'm about to put him down. I gotta say this, guys. I'm a little sad. In the building, the one, the only Poetic Kels. Poetic, baby girl, where was you at? The stream this past weekend for Fury versus Wilder, it was cracking. Where were you at? See that? That was the stream you should have been at. Listen, it was cracking. Salute to my girl in the building. Family to the channel. Family to the channel. Poetic Kills what it does. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if you saw Poetic Kills, but maybe you heard about it. This weekend just passed. It was truly a drama-filled fight. This, like Wilder versus Fury, this fight would be like Gladiator. It'd be like the movie 300. So much drama in this fight. I was here. I didn't see you. Did I miss you? Oh no! No, I know. Gosh, I hope I didn't miss. I'm sorry. No. Did I give you a shout out? No. I'm sorry. I thought maybe it was so busy. Most of these fights nowadays, I'm being honest, it's fake drama for the build-up. And inside the ring, the boxing's okay. Sometimes you get some good boxing, or sometimes you just get like, let's say Dylan White, him and Povetkin is just like a boxing match, and then boom, knockout out of nowhere. This fight, Breeden Smith said boxing is better with water in it. Yes, sir. You have over 1K in your chat, man. That thing was cracking. Come on, Kales, that thing was cracking. Laughing. Woo! Hey, we was getting it, man. Listen, like I said, man, tell a friend, come to the chat. You know what I'm saying? My voice was hurting. I wanted to go live a few times. Voice was hurting. Nasal was all swollen. But, man, you talking about drama. And And I got this. I pulled this article up about maybe 20 minutes before I even set this video. And what I do with it? Oh, it's over here. Okay, it's in my work laptop. Uh, Eddie Hearn. If you don't know Eddie Hearn is a guy that has not had many positive things to say about Deontay Wilder. Eddie Hearn says Deontay Wilder's credibility has shot through the roof in a good way. And as a bonus, I want to give you guys my theory. This is just my theory why Deontay Wilder broke his hand in small gloves and Tyson Fury did not. That will be later in the show. Before I go, do not let me forget to tell you guys my theory on that. Let's see. Oh yeah, he said your chat was moving. It was lit. Yeah, hey, that thing was cracking. Guy, listen, man. Deontay Wilder has got so much hate after this fight. And to be honest, he shouldn't get hate. He lost. That's it, right? Fury did not like Wilder. Wilder did not like Fury. So they fought each other. That's what it was. You see, in baseball, typically the teams don't hate each other. They just play to see who can win a baseball game. And then afterwards, when nobody, they just line up and shake hands. Basketball, football, golf, all these things are really competing in a game where somebody is trying to do something with a ball. Well, in boxing, if we have to compare a ball, the ball is the human head. That's what's getting hit. And I want you guys to hear me. And I'm going to talk about Deontay Wilder not speaking after the fight. Brenan, I'm going to ask you a question. Brenan, if you and some dude named John really don't like each other, right? You think one of them is cheating. You talking about one of them family. Somebody talking about doing something with your wife. It is damn near pure hatred.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Ryan Faulkner with ABC.
And you fight this guy. And this guy beat you. So now, not only has the guy that you hate beat you, people are expecting, because he beat you in a fight, then now you must actually kneel to him and be like, yes, oh yes, you're the man. Listen, bro. I don't know what Deontay Wilder's going to do in the future. I doubt he kneel to anyone. But most likely, at that moment, it probably wasn't a good moment to get a response from Deontay Wilder when a man just got knocked out. I don't know anyone that would have kind words or would want to shake hands after getting a knockout. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Fury and Wilder were at the right place at the right time. Listen, bro, the fight was epic, right? My guy lost, your guy won, right? We all went on a roller coaster ride. This was a memorable fight for the history. And the only reason it's a memorable fight for the history is because of both fights. Listen, man, the drama in this fight. This, you know what? This was like, I'm being honest, it was like a drama and a horror flick at the same time. It had ups and it had a lot of dramatic moments, but it was scary, like a rated R or some movie where you see people just get beat, right? Just to some point to where you don't even want to watch it no more. Wilder and Tyson Fury are titans. These guys are titans. When I watch, even though Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter, hell of a puncher, when I watch him fight and he knocks people out, even when he throws his punch and lands it, he could have the same effect as Wilder. But when I view it, when I watch it, I don't view it as being like a Wilder punch. And there's no slight to Gervonta, just saying that it's 135 pounds. But when you have somebody 6'7", 6'9", 238, 273, and they stepping into a punch, I mean, this is literally like giant amongst men who are trained to fight, trained to throw kill punches, and they throwing kill punches at each other. And Deontay Wilder, his tank was empty since round 2. Me being a Wilder fan, even though, when I was watching this fight, I was like, oh no, right? Like even in round 2, I was like, man, he went back in the corner and I saw Fury. Fury's in this corner like this here. Looking at Sugar Hill. No breathing hard. And then I'm looking in the Wilder corner after the second round. Wilder like, I'm like, oh no, I hope he's bluffing. And he said, don't forget to hit that like, the greatest commentator. See, they don't get it, man. I am one of the greatest to do this. The reason this is our channel, because I might just be a face that's doing it, but I am nothing without you guys. You guys are what's blazing the sports. I just so happen to be the one that get in front of the camera. That's it. Legend 27 used to use that crow feather for a toothpick. Hey man, listen. He lost. In this fight, I was impressed by both fighters. Both of them. This is what make it epic to me, because when I watch all 3 fights, to be honest, I think Wilder and Fury got better in every fight. Fury has some moments in this fight to where, to be honest, I was like, damn, I didn't know his inside combination with dirty boxing was that damn good. Tyson Fury is so aware of what a referee is that he would do something really slick and dirty and move on within a half a beat. Like he'll be inside with Wilder, the referee would be right here, he'll take his left arm, push Wilder head down, hold it up, pop him up real quick, and by the time the referee come over there and look, now he's back to just doing something regular. Listen, Tyson Fury he used a lot of dirty tactics, but he's slick with it. He has very good inside body game, good pressure game. There was listen, when Wilder, after Wilder dropped him, in that 4th round, and that's why I believe he broke his hand. So in case some of you guys don't know, Deontay Wilder broke part of his hand, and I believe is when he, punched Fury on the top of his forehead and dropped him with that short right hand. Even though Wilder did not have the power no more, right? I mean, at that point, it was like, Wilder, think about this. He knew something was wrong with him. He knew his tank was empty since the 3rd round. And the guy went on to give you an epic fight. Because if Wilder would have just laid down and just got beat, it wouldn't have been epic. It wouldn't have been epic. People wouldn't have been talking about it. George Foreman wouldn't have put out a video. People wouldn't have been blowing up on Twitter, Instagram, because what Fury did and Wilder did, and the controversy of the slow count, right? When I went live, I didn't think about it. I did hear Andre Ward talk about, he said that referee counting awful slow when Wilder dropped Tyson Fury in the 4th round. It's the second time. It was a slow count. It was a slow count. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. It could have been just the referee. I don't know. He was like, 1. Hey, listen, I swear. The referee, he was sounding like Count Dracula from Sesame Street. One, ha, 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 ha. Two, three. How many times must I tell you? Four. So he was literally like, five. Wilder, get in the corner. Stay in the corner. Stay in the corner. Six. God. Like, but you know, man, it was a long count. You know, Fury got up. You know, Wilder didn't have enough time to capitalize on it. Fury Fury never lost energy. See, the reason Deontay Wilder would do amazing with 99% of the people in the heavyweight division is because 99% of the heavyweight people in this division, they don't fight like Tyson Fury. Usyk will probably do pretty good because he has energy, moves. Fury will do pretty good, but to be honest, if you are look at these heavyweights. A lot of these heavyweights like Dylan White, Efe Jabba, Andy Ruiz, Dominique Brazil. A lot of these guys, they don't move much. They don't throw a lot of punches. They don't really get they don't have the capabilities that Fury had to put Wilder in those situations. Now, let me get to the article that what we're here for. Oh, okay. Eddie Hearn, the promoter was the original rivalry of Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. The mega fight that we never got. Now, that's not saying that we can't get a fight out of these two. It'd just never mean what it would have meant if they had fought when they was undefeated. See, right now, what happened was we are in a multiverse, right? Because in the right universe, Wilder and Joshua, UK, USA, would have met at the top of the pyramid. They would have fought. We would have got a winner, right? A lot of $100 million apiece for each fighter. But because these fighters were trying to stall off, thinking they can beat everybody else, and not take a loss, the Joshua took a loss. Had to redeem himself. You know, Wilder took a loss, right? Did not redeem himself. Then Joshua took another loss. Has to try to redeem himself again. So right now, that universe where Joshua and Wilder, UK, USA, would have met at the top, that universe is non-existent in our timeline no more. Now, we're at a new timeline where them two have been sidetracked. They are no longer the top dogs. And then out of the blue, Fury and Usyk are the top dogs in the heavyweight division. But let me tell you, I'm going to get to this article. I didn't get a chance to read it. I'm going to get to this article. And I'm going to tell you why Eddie Hearn, who's typically had nothing but negative things to say about Wilder, he is now speaking good. Eddie Hearn, Deontay Wilder, credibility has shot through the roof. Let me find some quotations. Okay. Quotations. Although he looked like his tank was empty after the second round, he stuck in there. He could not even stand up, and he kept going. So he deserves a huge amount of credit, says Hearn of Wilder. Let me see. See if there's anything else. This might be... did Hearn say this? I agree with Andre Ward. The count was crazy slow. He isn't supposed to stop counting to tell Deontay Wilder to go in the corner. I think fair play, you got bottled, said Hearn of Wilder. I actually think Wilder is in a good position now. All right, here we go. First of all, I agree with Eddie Hearn. Deontay Wilder is in a great position. Um, One, the haters will always show up to see him lose. Two, his stock has went up. Why? Because when it comes out and it really hits people, especially when they use it for his next fight, and they say that Deontay Wilder, even though his tank was empty after the second round, and he suffered a broken hand, and never stopped throwing his broken hand to the moment he was knocked out. That's a warrior. That is a throwback. And he went out on his shield. Something he said that if he does it to other people, he want the same respect for himself, and he got it. The next time Deontay Wilder fight, the expectation will be high throughout the roof. I completely agree with Eddie Hearn. I completely agree. Because it's that what is left in him now. What damage is done. Because taking shots like that, see right now, we don't know if that second fight with Tyson Fury left some permanent damage done with Deontay Wilder. Because Fury went back to that same spot again and kept targeting that same spot to try to get Deontay Wilder back in that dizzy land again. That's going to be a target for everyone going forward with the right hook and the overhand right to try to hit him in a newfound soft spot created by Tyson Fury in the second fight. But now let me tell you why I believe Eddie Hearn said it about Deontay Wilder. Does he believe it? Yes. But here's the reason why. It's because at first Eddie Hearn didn't think Wilder was that beatable. And he was not going to give him credit if he thought he was that beatable. But now he's beatable. He can be beat. He's been beat. And he's a draw, which means he brings in money. Since he's been beat and he's a draw, Eddie's not that afraid of him anymore. And Eddie don't mind matching his fighters up, especially maybe Anthony Joshua now, against Wilder because he feels Wilder is vulnerable of getting beat by Joshua. So he don't really want to just straight take a poop on Wilder because he need to keep his stock up. Remember, because he want to make some money off of him eventually now that Deontay Wilder is vulnerable. So I believe what Eddie Hearn is saying is right about Wilder, but I believe one of the main reasons why, because he sees Wilder's vulnerable to take a loss. Now, Legend 27 said the counterpunch that knocked down Wilder in round 10 was lethal. My boy, American Pastor Trevor, T-Dub, what it do? Salute to the chat. Yes, sir. With the Magic Man, salute T-Dub. Wilder beats all the rest, just not Fury. And don't forget, Fury was only at 60% of what he could be. Fury is number one, and Wilder is number two. No shame in losing to Fury. Legend 27. Eddie only big enough Wilder now, so AJ can get a few more big paydays when he loses to Usyk again. Hey, kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, true. AJ would, yep, paralyze if Wilder catches him with catching him clean. Listen, guys. Now let me give you guys that. Hey, smash the like button. Let me give you guys that. This is just my thoughts. Do you want to know why when Deontay Wilder, why he broke his hand when he had on smaller gloves, and why Fury now, who has had 2 fights in these gloves, these smaller gloves, and why he has had no hand injuries? You want to know why? Remember I promised I'll tell you? Now this is my secret. Do you remember when Tyson Fury said, I'm going to soak my hands in pretty much gasoline to make them hard, right? The gas, it wasn't hard, so when he punched you, it hurts more with his fist. He was making his hands hard, so when he punch you, they don't break. See, Tyson Fury is punching a lot harder now, and I believe one of the biggest reasons why Fury is punching harder because in the past he didn't commit with his shots. He pretty much stayed on the outside and he won a box. And now Fury is actually stepping into his shots a lot more. He just learning how to shift his power with his punches, and by using these smaller gloves, these puncher gloves, to not break his hands. Remember, he said it. He said it and before the second build-up. I'm going to soak my hands. And it wasn't a word gasoline. It was a petroleum or something. I'm going to soak my hands in gasoline. I'm going to harden my knuckles. And it's not to hurt you with, but it's not to hurt himself. But see, Deontay Wilder, he don't know about any tricks like that. He don't do anything like that. So when he switched to the smaller glove, the MX Everlast, and when he hit Tyson Fury in the forehead, with that much power that big, he broke his hand. Now, guys, that's just my theory on why Wilder break his hand in small gloves. And Fury, for 2 fights now, who caused a dent in Wilder and threw a lot of hard shots on Wilder, had no hand issues whatsoever. He said, I don't believe gasoline works like that. I mean, we just gotta, let me see, let me look up exactly what he said. Let me see. Tyson, hold on. All right, he told me about dipping his hands in petrol to toughen them up. So, for this fight, I'll be dipping my hands in petrol for 5 minutes a day during the last 3 or 4 weeks of training camp to really toughen them up. It worked for him, so I'm going to give it a try. Listen, and it looks like it used to be a bare knuckle tradition. When they used to do bare knuckle fighting, it was a tradition to dip your hands in this so they didn't break as easy. So if you dip your hands in this, and now you think about it, Fury is wearing smaller gloves. He said he did it. I'm taking his word for it. The man is using smaller gloves, no hand issues. So that's my theory. But all right, guys, I want to give you guys 30 minutes of rest. Listen, I'm live. I'm in person. I got to see after my dog again, guys. I have an 18-year-old dog. I took him to the vet. He started having issues, about maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And I got him into the vet today. They said that, so many words, he looks like he's dying. And, the last stiff effort, they gave me 3 things of pills to give him. This one first, wait an hour, give him this one, and then these are his pain pills, which I can give him once every 12 hours. He's not doing good. And just so some of you guys know, man, I get a, I'm T-Dub. You guys are like family to me. My dog name is Midnight. I had him for 18 years, since he was 4 weeks. And he was the last thing I got from my grandfather, who raised me, before I saw him live again. The tragic story I heard about my grandfather was, I'll tell you guys, and I'll get back to boxing. I'll tell you guys. Here's a tragic story, right? So, I had moved away to pay off some college loans because my grandmother passed away. Begged my grandfather to come up there where I was. He didn't want to leave because of my grandmother passed in the same house. Once I left, his daughter started robbing him, taking his money. He had my best friend mother give me a call. And she says, T? I said, hey, how you doing? What sweet woman too. She says, he said he's ready to go. I said, huh? He said he wants you to come get him. I said, Bud said that. And I said, put him on the phone. I get him on the phone, right? Remember, this is the man that raised me. This man is amazing to me. And he got on the phone. He says, I'm ready for you to come get me. He said, they're not treating me right down here. They're not treating me right. So I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to put the car in the shop Tuesday, make sure it's okay. And I said, I'm going to leave out Friday, and I'm coming to get you, right? Because his dog is the mother of the puppy, well, which is Midnight, who I got now. So Thursday come, a day before I had to leave to go get him. I show up at my house, my girlfriend's there. I'm like, what are you doing? You trying to catch me up cheating or something? She gives me a hug, and she says that your grandfather died. I'm blown away. I am blown away, right? I don't know what to think, right? I'm lost. And then when he was in Arkansas, right? So when I go down to Arkansas to visit him, well, not visit him, but the people and find out what's going on. So this is what I'm hearing, is that one of his daughters, she was a streetwalker. I ain't gonna call her name, but from what I know of her, she's a streetwalker. Crackhead, the worst of the worst. Once she found out that he was leaving, because she was one of the main ones mistreating him, she had some men coming in and robbing him with gunpoint, pulling on his shirt, took his money, and he died had a massive heart attack and fell at the kitchen floor. And I'm not going to lie, it made me want to destroy everybody down there. It made me want to destroy everybody. So the last time I seen my grandfather alive before this tragic incident was when I got my current dog from him 18 years ago. And now it looks like he's very close to his deathbed. So a couple times I wanted to go live, but kind of broke. I've been hurting a little bit. But all right. Let's get to boxing. Wilder stock has gone way up. I admire him going out on his shield. Listen, man. Tyson Fury stock went up. Guys, listen. Tyson Fury performance in that fight, honestly, I was admired in ways because of the combinations, the inside fighting, the very up. Like, especially when they show it in slow motion, I can see him throwing dummy shots just to land some up top. Like, listen, while you had an excellent boxer, at least for the heavyweight division, an excellent boxer, and you had Deontay Wilder at one point who lost his best weapon, who was out there still competing. Like, I don't know if there's anybody in the heavyweight division that showed the heart, the grit, the courage, and the will to compete like Deontay Wilder. Like, there was times in that fight where, it was just Fury just following him from corner to corner, from ring to ring, and out of nowhere, Wilder would just catch him with one. Boom, right? And a lot of those times, it'd be right at the end of the round where you'd be thinking that if he had if it's the middle of the round, because he even during his hurt stage, Wilder was still so deadly. He was still so deadly. And that's what made this fight so special. Because Fury never got tired. Never slowed down, kept coming forward, throwing multiple combinations against Wilder at one point, who put up no defense. And to me, that's scary. When you don't have no defense, when you're not, just your hands down here, you're taking so many shots. Sometimes you're barely making a miss. A lot of times that was very scary. And then, like I said, man, that was a roller coaster ride. Didn't end well for my fighter. If your fighter was Fury, it ended in the way that you wanted. Epic fight altogether. Both fighters' stock comes out on top. Because with Fury, You want to see now, can Fury go on and unify? With Wilder, you want to see how he bounces back. See, a lot of people want to talk about how bad Wilder is, like Jermell Charlo, but Wilder is not like Deontay Wilder. Lost to what's that dude Brown? The dude Brown from Australia. I can't think of his name. It's not like he lost to somebody that's considered a bum. Wilder lost to only one man, and this one man is considered the best. So, if anything, what that proves is that Wilder is just not better than Fury, at least not at this point in time. Fury was the better man on that night. Things didn't go Wilder's way. Fatigue, broke hand, defense didn't go his way, right? Did not go his way. And he went out on his shield. So with Fury, is can he unify? Will he unify, right? He's number one. With Wilder, people want to see, after putting up that type of performance, can he bounce back? How would he look in this next fight? Is he going to be the same? Is he going to get back on the winning streak? Is he a shot fighter? Now, his next fight would tell what his following would be. Like, if he goes on the next fight and he get back on that winning track and he's looking good and he's showing something, then he can start his push forward to get back to stardom. But if he goes out there and he puts up a dud and lose, then it could be the end of Wilder. But guys, I'm teed up. Let me get back to my normal job. Hope you guys appreciate it. Do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. If you catch this on replay and you enjoyed it, if it helped your lunch, break, driving that big truck, if it helped any time go by to take your mind off of that radio to play the same old music, them soap opera that you see all the time, and your boy T-Dub is saying something unpredictable. Guys, I don't have nothing in front of me. I don't know what I'm going to say next. That is the best thing about what I do, because I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. And I'm out.